Yo, what's good NFL fans? Welcome back to Touchdown Kingdom, the hub of all the latest NFL news and content. In this video, I want to jump into OddsJam.com and go over all the best sportsbook where you guys should put your money if you are into sports betting for these Sunday games. There's so many games to dissect, as you guys saw my video yesterday predicting who I think is going to win and all the score predictions, but in this one, it's all about sports betting, so if you're into that type of stuff, you guys are definitely going to enjoy this video. I'm just starting to get into sports betting on Touchdown Kingdom, so if you guys are interested to see more content like this, please feel free to comment down below that you want to see more content because I'm really into this type of stuff. I never really made content about sports books, but OddsJam has so many unique things you can do on their website, so I'm super excited to jump into the video. If you guys are new to Touchdown Kingdom, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's hop right into the video. Alright guys, so the first game we're going to talk about is the one indeed over in London. This game is going to be tipping off at 9:30 a.m. on the East Coast. This is going to be a very fun matchup in my opinion with the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons, both teams that are 1-3. The Jets are coming off their first victory of the season and are looking to get their back-to-back wins for the first time this year. So if you look at the money line, you can tell that the Falcons are favorites in this one, and the New York Jets have plus 155. I kind of like. I feel like the New York Jets really are on a hot streak right now. Zach Wilson finally had his breakout performance, and I feel like they just match up really well against this Atlanta Falcons team. So if I'm you guys, I would consider taking the Jets plus 155. Let's get into the point spread. In the point spread in this one, they have the Jets plus 3. If you go down here to the main line here on OddsJam, yeah, so Jets plus 3, Falcons minus 3, you know, it is a toss-up. I don't know. I just really feel like the Jets are going to go out there in London and definitely win this game. The spread is definitely really low, but if you were going to put money on it, maybe the money line would make more sense. If you want to get into the fun stuff on OddsJam, this is my favorite part for sure. You can go to rushing touchdowns. Let's see what they got here. As you can see, Michael Carter over a touchdown or just one touchdown in general, plus 209 on OddsJam and Pinnacle. Pinnacle is definitely the best sports book in the entire world, in my opinion. Definitely my favorite one to use. Michael Carter, he's the rookie running back for the New York Jets. He got the first touchdown of his career last week. The Jets are really going to try to ground and pound the rock over in London. I feel like they're going to try to take Zach Wilson and not really put everything on his shoulders. They're going to try to pound it, and the Jets love to run the ball in the red zone, and I feel like Michael Carter is destined to get in the end zone, which would be a great idea to take this bet at plus 209. I also like Mike Davis getting in the end zone as well. Cordell Patterson, he's more of a pass-catching back for the Atlanta Falcons. He actually caught 3 receiving touchdowns, which is pretty remarkable for the Atlanta Falcons last week. But if they're going to really get somebody in the end zone in terms of on the ground, I think that's Mike Davis. So Mike Davis over half a touchdown, plus 226. Definitely consider that as well. And if you go to the player total passing touchdowns, they have Zach Wilson over 1.5 touchdowns for plus 121. Now, this is really interesting. Zach Wilson's coming off his first game with a win, and he had 2 touchdowns. I feel like the Atlanta Falcons defense is not that good in my opinion. I feel like he's destined to at least have 2 passing touchdowns in this game. So plus 121, I will definitely consider that. And Matt Ryan under 1.5 touchdowns at plus 120. I don't know. I wouldn't take that as well. I think Matt Ryan is destined to have plus at least 2 touchdowns in this one. So, but the spread is not in your favor, so I would definitely stay away from that. Let's get into another game. I want to talk about the Titans and Jaguars. So as you guys know, the Titans lost to the New York Jets last week, which is really shocking to the entire NFL world. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they are 0-4 and still looking for their first victory of the season. We all know what's going on with Urban Meyer. It's pretty hectic over in Jacksonville. I do not see the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game at all, and I definitely don't see Mike Vrabel and the Titans losing back-to-back games to winless squads. As you guys know, the Jets, they were 0-3 going up against the Titans, and they lost to a rookie quarterback in Zach Wilson. Will they lose to another rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence? I don't know. So let's look at the spread in this one. The Titans are minus 4.5 if you go down here to the main line over on OddsJam. Yeah, so minus 4.5. I would definitely consider taking that. I just feel like the Titans are destined to really come out with vengeance and really not lose back-to-back games and really try to blow out the Jaguars. I feel like Derrick Henry is definitely going to get a lot of carries. He's going to get a big workload, and I feel like the offense is going to explode against a really not that good Jacksonville Jaguars defense. Even though last week the Jacksonville Jaguars, they did look good on primetime. They competed against a really good Cincinnati Bengals team. Trevor Lawrence had his best performance of his young career, so I'm expecting Trevor Lawrence to play really well in this game as the Tennessee Titans defense, they don't really look to know how to stop a rookie quarterback. Now, talking about Trevor Lawrence, let's get into him because I feel like I saw a spread over here Player rushing receiving yards. No, that's not it. Here it is. Player rushing touchdowns. Over at least one touchdown on the ground for Trevor Lawrence. That's at plus 312. So Trevor Lawrence, he got in the end zone on the ground last week on Primetime Football. You could tell that the Jaguars like to use Trevor Lawrence's athleticism and get him outside of the pocket, use him, his mobility, not only on the run and getting into the end zone in terms of his arm, but they definitely like to have designated quarterback handoffs and quarterback runs for Trevor Lawrence. So I like this spread right here, plus 312, Trevor Lawrence over half a touchdown, which essentially means all he needs to do is get one rushing touchdown. And then James Robinson got in the end zone a bunch on Thursday Night Football as well for the Jaguars. Over a half a touchdown. Like, listen, plus 161. I would definitely consider that as well because James Robinson gets the ball a lot in the red zone. So I would not do both of these. I would honestly choose either or, but the odds are definitely more in Trevor Lawrence's favor as that is a little less likely for a quarterback to get in the end zone on the ground than a running back. Now let's get into the Packers and Bengals game. This one's going to be a really good one. We have Joe Burrow going up against Aaron Rodgers. A lot of people in the sports media are like, oh, will Joe Burrow ever be able to be as good as Aaron Rodgers? That's a little too early to tell on that one. So as you can see, the money line is definitely in favor of the Packers. They have the Packers minus 148 and the Bengals at plus 140. So obviously you guys know everything there is to OddsJam by now, but I'll just remind you what it does. It really breaks down each sports book, which is awesome. So say you're going to put money on the Bengals money line. Say you feel like the Bengals are definitely going to win this game, and you can come to OddsJam and you want to see, okay, if I'm going to put money on the Bengals in terms of the money line, which sports book should I use? Well, OddsJam, they really give you a good idea of where to put your money. So say, for example, you use FanDuel all the time. That's your go-to sports book, but then you see that they're plus 138. Why would you put money on FanDuel when you can go to BetUS and get plus 140? No, that's not a big difference. You know, DraftKings plus 135, so that's a little more of a difference. So this is really why I love OddsJam in particular, because they really give you an idea of where the best odds are all around the sports books across the country. So if you guys are really considering the Bengals plus 140, you know, the odds are in your favor, but I don't know, man. This is going to be a really tight matchup. So let's get into the fun stuff. This is my favorite stuff to talk about on OddsJam, all the player prop bets and all that good stuff. So they have Aaron Jones over half a touchdown at plus 147. We know that the Green Bay Packers love running the ball, and Aaron Jones gets the ball quite a lot of times. So Aaron Jones over a touchdown, well, not even over a touchdown. All he needs to get is one touchdown, and you guys hit on this bet. So they have at plus 147 on OddsJam and Pinnacle. If you guys use, I recommend using Pinnacle like I mentioned earlier in the video. If you go to the player touchdown receptions, I like two in particular. So Jamar Chase, plus 135 for just getting in the end zone once. We know that Joe Burrow loves his rookie connection with Jamar Chase. They go way back to the LSU days. They have really good chemistry. So for OddsJam and Pinnacle to have the odds at plus 143 for Jamar Chase to get in the end zone once, definitely consider that. Now, this is the fun one. Randall Cobb. We saw Randall Cobb get in the end zone twice. And talk about old friends. Aaron Rodgers and Randall Cobb, they go way back, and I love the dynamic of Randall Cobb and Aaron Rodgers. It took a little time for them to get in chemistry this season since it's been a while, but last week they had the connection twice. So they have Randall Cobb getting in the end zone at a plus 214 on OddsJam and Pinnacle. I'm definitely going to rip this one because I feel like Randall Cobb's destined to get in the end zone again. I feel like the chemistry is there. Even though the Packers have a lot of, weapons, it's not just Cobb. Obviously, they have Devontae Adams. They got a lot of players to throw the ball to, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers, he loves his Randall Cobb. Now let's get into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Miami Dolphins. Now this is a game where it's really interesting. The Dolphins, they are 1-3. They have a backup quarterback playing in Jacoby Brissett. The Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off a win in Foxborough, but it was not the game we expected. Tom Brady did not find the end zone once, but they still came out on top in that one. So the spread is obviously in the Buccaneers' favor in this one. The Dolphins out for the money line plus 425. That's pretty ridiculous. I do not see the Dolphins winning this game, so I would avoid that for sure. And the spread is insane as well. The main line over on OddsJam plus 10 for the Dolphins, minus 10 for the Buccaneers. I would avoid this. This spread's a little too big for my liking. Maybe you can rip the Dolphins plus 10 if you think it's going to be a closer game because, we thought the Buccaneers-Patriots game was going to be a blowout, and that was not the case. The Dolphins, the one thing about that one thing about the Dolphins that's good this season so far is definitely their defense. They always are in games outside of that game against Buffalo, but the Dolphins really feel like the defense is there. The offense is the reason why they're lackluster. So I would honestly stay away from the point spread, stay away from the money line in this game. It's way too in the Buccaneers' favor, and that's why I love OddsJam as well, because they really give you a good idea of where to put your money, where you shouldn't put your money. Now, another team I want to talk about is the Giants and the Cowboys game. This is going to be probably one of the best games of the weekend, in my opinion. Division rivalry. The Dallas Cowboys are red hot. They're coming off 3 games in a row, and the New York Giants getting their first victory of the season. Daniel Jones looking like a very good quarterback in year number 3. This is a make or break season for him. So if you look at the money line, plus 267 for the New York Giants. I don't know, guys. This is an upset alert. I would really keep an eye out on this one. Even though the Dallas Cowboys, their offense is so potent, they're putting up points, but the New York Giants defense, they really play well under Joe Judge, and I feel like that this is going to be a closer game than many people think. So maybe avoid the money line. The point spread is something that we should consider. So basically, what I want to look at on the point spread, let's see, where's the main line at? Go all the way down. All right, so Giants plus 10, Giants plus 7.5. Definitely would consider that, because if the Giants lose this game, I don't think it's going to be by a blowout. Maybe a field goal, maybe by a touchdown. Giants plus 7.5, definitely consider that, because I feel like the Giants and the Cowboys, every single season, they always have gritty matchups. It's division rivalry. They're going to have a very close matchup, in my opinion. OddsJam also has paid features like arbitrage to make risk-free money sports betting, which is basically like day trading sports, and a positive EV tool that highlights big line discrepancies to show sports bettors' value. Thank you guys so much for staying to the end of this video. If you guys want to see more videos of me diving into OddsJam and really just talk about the sports book and where I would put my money, let me know down below in the comment section, and like the video if you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.